Hey everybody, Keene Estate Sales is having a terrific weekend. I'm Charlie Keene. My whole team will be here, Amber, Mark, and Jules. You walk into estate sales and some estate sales are super fancy and some are just awesome, like this one. It is so unique. There are so many different items here and collectibles and cool vintage stuff. We're going to have a line out the door this weekend for sure. And I hope you all enjoy the video. And if I go too fast, feel free to pause it. And these videos help get the word out for Keene Estate Sales and all estate sales. So please like and subscribe. All right, here we go. We're in Parma and we're doing something a little bit different here. Unmarked items, $4. We will have price sheets around and tags on almost everything, and everybody knows Darcy here. So this is checkout. Of course, there's Amber. Say hi, Amber. I'll come back to this. I'm gonna head straight down. We do have our hold shelf right here. There's all sorts of cool vintage clothing here and some military clothing. So we'll just go into room 1 here. Look at this cart. We put it together. It was in a box. They have everything labeled here. Every collectible item has been cataloged and kept really well. So there's some die cast. We got lamps. You'll see lots of like automobile like things. Linen closet. We'll get to all the Harley stuff. Look at this jacket right here. Super cool. Look at some of these vintage linens in here. Look at these blankets. Those are wool blankets. We got some English wool blankets. And then this is kind of our little more primo clothing here. Look at these blankets. Come in here. We got some Army and Air Force stuff in here. Some clothing. Now, full disclosure, there was a smoker in this house, but they had almost everything bagged up. And look at that. We've got some nice MCM furniture. And there is a bed frame to go along with that. And then you'll see some really cool Navy attire in there. And then we're going to head out and head into the kitchen. And I think we got a little Matchbox 20. It's a small house, it's a modest house, but these people collected a lot over the years. It's a nice china set. Yes, we've got Pyrex here. Some nice classic hardback cookbooks. Look at that picnic basket there. Oh, there's some really cool green glasses right there. All right, I'm gonna head out this way. There's a little dressing stand. We're gonna get into some Harley here. Little Harley motorcycle collectibles. We got vintage camera. All sorts of vintage film here, which I know you guys see a lot of, but there's actually some cool stuff here. Here's a little Polaroid camera. There's a viewfinder with all the views right there. There's a microphone. And then we've got some of this, Telefunken. Telefunken! Look at that, there's a Telefunken speaker. Telefunken reel-to-reel. Camera bags. Baseballs. And then over here we've got Harley. Tons of Harley. Harley. And then we've got Indians. Let's go! Indians. And again, not marked, it's $4. And then we've got the cards. So there might be some gems in here. These are only $10 a box. And so I think I've only marked like 3 of them. And I think it's just this one and then these 2. And look, there's an Ichiro rookie in that one. From that particular year, which I forget. I think it's, I don't know, late 90s, 2000. Sorry. That is not for sale. We've been using that. That's for my own garage. We do have a snow blower here, and then we've got vintage toys, vintage stuffed animals. There's kind of some old vintage stuff here, which I'm into. There's some rocks over there. I don't know if they're geodes or glass. I'll let you explore. And vintage toys up here. And then great time to buy Christmas because we're selling this stuff for cheap. It's good to go. And I think that's it for the garage. We do have a freezer, fully functional freezer. Oh, here's a little bit more. Like, that's a really cool item. I forget what that is. Oh, and look at this old printer right here. Super cool. You can pause and look at that price tag on that. It's not cheap, but it's super cool. And again, we price at about 50% of market rate, everybody. And before I go any further, I forgot I was going to take this upstairs, but Japanese bamboo fishing pole. There is so much to see here. You're going to need multiple visits to come and check all of this out, everybody. Really very cool sort of console table, almost utility table with those drawers on under that. But man, we just ran out of room to display everything. Only a few ashtrays. Let's see, not too much over here. Oh, that's good, maybe cool. And then coming over here, collectibles, you're just gonna see like, they just collect a little bit of everything, and some of it's stuff not really worth much, but some of it is cool. And you know, oh, we've got some Kirby's over here for you vacuum folks. And then there's some more fishing poles here. And then upstairs, you're going to see some really nice vintage rods. So all price to sell tools back here. All price to sell tools. And then, oh, here gets into some of the fishing here. So that whole lot's $10. That whole lot's $40. But holy cow, you should see what's in there. And then that's just all tools and nails. $8, but it's got a bunch of copper in there and stuff. And then this one. Ooh, there's some good stuff in there. And we've got some pots, a variety of other things. And then we're coming in here. It doesn't end, folks. It just keeps going. We're 8 minutes in, and there is probably another 4 to 6 minutes in here. So, and then back here, we've got flags. We've got some that's like a Christmas train set there, and then more of like a Bachman type set. Great games, some vintage, some cool games. Then we got some old die cast here, and there's some Tonkas in here. And then we've got some Buzz Lightyear. And those models right there, those models are priced very well. You guys can come and look those models up. They are priced very well. And, oh, look who's here. The client's mother actually made these carpets. They're actually really nice. So teacups. And then you get into here like some kitschy, cool stuff. There's some leftover kitchen stuff. These hats, whoa, there's some really cool hats here. I know you clothing buyers are going to come in droves on this one. And then look at that. Carpet. I'm trying to show everything. Sorry if I'm going too fast. I don't want to go too slow because I don't want to completely bore you to death either. Those are some naughty Indian kids right there. They're facing the wall. Still works, that light right there. There are some records here. And then we got some classic board games Here, there are some more records, mostly 78s, it looks like up there. But then look at all this, and all this. And we got some vintage like firefighter stuff, some boots, some hats. And then look, there's another carpet piece. There's another carpet piece. Look at the pristine condition of those tanks. You guys know what those tanks go for. They're priced to sell. So are these phones, by the way. If you are an eBay reseller, this is the place to come. Those all sell for like $16 to $20 online. They're only $4. All right, we are gonna go up to checkout and end the tour right in here. I'm gonna give you a visual. Really cool posters in there. They're only like $6 to like $12 or so. A couple of them might be a little bit higher. I know everyone is showing up for this Kincaid painting, so there's that. And then look at these reels. And they've really been kept in excellent condition. There's a few downstairs that are not, but these were kept in really excellent condition. There's some slides under there, and there's multiple slides throughout the house. We've got matchbooks. We've got car badges. Look at these. There's 4 of them under there. They're really cool. We've got beer taps. We've got bells. We've got brass. We've got bronze. We've got vintage fans. Look at these beauties right here. Those are mid-century Pelicans right there. This microphone right there, I think online, just that little piece of microphone right there sells for like $60 online. We are priced to sell here, folks. And look at all of these Zippos. Not all of them are Zippo brands, but a lot of them are. We also have the 25th anniversary one. And then look how cool those are. You guys are lucky to even see those. We wanted to buy those. And we got some more collectibles here. It's classic Harley right there. And then here we got fur babies and some perfumes. And then we've got all these coins that have, they're kind of like travel destinations and mostly vintage cars. And they are really priced to sell. Yep, we got a few of those and some comic books, patches. We've got jewelry here and some jewelry over here. And then we also have this Swarovski collection over here. And then we have a bunch of this crystal here, right here, all pressed to sell. All right, everybody, come and see us on Thursday at 10 o'clock. And we'll be here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I've already had a number of inquiries for that. So good luck on that jacket. Also, priced to sell. And we'll see you on Thursday. Cheers.